AITAH for telling my entire family why I broke up with my ex-girlfriend after my brother started bringing her around again. I broke up with my ex-girlfriend a few years ago after she shoved me while we were arguing. I hit my head and was bleeding, so it was serious, not a love tap. She refused to apologize and insisted it wasn't a big deal. I didn't tell anyone but my former therapist at the time why we broke up, both because I was embarrassed and because when I told my therapist what happened, she told me men who claim to have been physically abused by a woman are 90% of the time lying to cover up their own abusive behavior. So I was scared to tell anyone else what happened after that. My little brother always liked my ex-girlfriend, but he was studying abroad when we broke up. He returned home in June, and since then has reconnected with my ex. I told him it made me uncomfortable, but he said I wasn't allowed to tell him who to be friends with. I decided to tell him why we broke up, because I thought there was no way he would want to stay friends with her after finding that out. He said that sounded like a petty thing to break up with someone over. I was upset by his reaction, and I distanced myself from him. The problem is that he started bringing her around the rest of the family. He asked my sister for an extra ticket to her dance recital for my ex. My sister told me she gave him the ticket, and I said it made me uncomfortable. She said she didn't think it was fair for me to tell him he can't have this friendship just because I used to date her. The rest of the family agreed. Again, I told the reason for the breakup, but the rest of my family had a much better reaction than my brother. They all agreed she couldn't come to any events, and my sister canceled the ticket. Our dad also told my brother it's fucked up for him to hang out with her knowing what she did. My brother is furious with me. He said I am controlling and manipulative. I said I have the right to talk about my past experience with my family. He said that would be true if I did it for any other reason than trying to control his actions. He said I'm trying to manipulate him into not being friends with her, and that's controlling and I am a dick for that. Part of me thinks that's not fair, because I'm the one who was wronged. Part of me sees his point, because yeah, I never would have told them if not for him. Now I don't know how to feel about the situation. Commenter 1. Kick your stupid therapist to the curb, she's unprofessional. OP response. This happened years ago. I haven't seen that therapist in quite a while. Commenter 2. What did you do? Why did she shove you? It'd be pretty hard for her to shove you unless you were physically very close to her already. Was she defending herself? It's very curious that you left out any mention of the circumstances that led to her shoving you. OP response. I really don't appreciate the victim blaming, but I will answer anyway. My girlfriend and I were at a bar with some friends celebrating our friend's birthday. All of us were drinking. A random woman walked up to me and said, "Hey, wanna make out?" I laughed because the situation was so random and also I am one of those people that gets giggly when drunk. I said my girlfriend is right over there, and pointed at her. Again, in my mind, the whole situation was funny. It wasn't really that funny, but you know, alcohol. Rando left, and I didn't think anything else about it. My girlfriend acted normal the rest of the night. As soon as our DD dropped us off at her apartment, she was mad at me. She said that I basically told the rando that I would make out with her if my girlfriend wasn't there. I insisted that wasn't true. She said I would have said, "I have a girlfriend" instead of "my girlfriend is over there," if I didn't want to make out with her. I insisted that I didn't want to make out with her and only said it that way because I'm not an articulate drunk and I was laughing too much to talk sense. She kept insisting that I wanted to make out with rando. I kept insisting I didn't. She got mad and shoved me, and I fell back and hit my head on the corner of the wall. I was bleeding and said, "You pushed me." "I'm bleeding," she said. I was fine. I put pressure on my head until it stopped bleeding and slept on the couch. In the morning I tried to talk to her about what happened and she kept insisting I was fine, so I broke up with her, because I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who shoves me when they get mad and won't even apologize. The reason I left that out of the post is because it is long and only tangentially related. Commenter 2-second comment. With these stories, one op comes across like a pure angel victim and then asks a question that is so obviously NTA if taken at face value, it raises eyebrows. Why did you even ask this question? You have your entire family backing you up. Your brother, according to your story, is the odd one out by a large margin. You are also very clear in your conviction that you aren't the and literally no one here would be able to convince you otherwise. Simply insinuating otherwise is clearly insulting to you. So what are you looking for? You clearly have no doubt, so what are you looking for? OP response. I didn't ask if I was the for breaking up with my girlfriend. I asked if I was the for telling my family about what happened. Because my brother is right. I wouldn't have told them if not for him and his friendship with her. I only told them because I don't want them to accept her being around. I feel like I'm justified, but everyone is the good guy in their mind. So I wanted to know if people thought what I think is a good justification actually is a good justification.